Weekend. Happy Easter to you all. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. We have a very special guest joining us. If you watch BGT, which I'm sure you all do, seeing as you're all following me, I'm sure that's where you first found me. If you're fans of BGT, you will love this next guy who I'm going to bring on because he was on last night's episode of Britain's Got Talent, and I'm going to give you a sneaky teaser as to who he is now. Here he comes. Kid. So those of you who saw that last night will know how amazing he was. Let me show you one final thing. Here we go. This is them here. Matricks Illusion. Make sure you go and give them a follow in a second. If you're on Instagram, YouTube, or wherever you're watching right now, we are now going to bring in the main man himself. Let me get my applause cue ready. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Mr. Alex Jesson. Here he is. How you doing, sir?
How are you? How's things?
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us. So I've had lots of messages as being a magician and being associated with Britain's Got Talent. I've had lots of questions that people have sent me saying, do I know you? Who is this amazing illusionist on Britain's Got Talent last night? And I thought it'd be so much cooler, instead of just answering the questions from what I know about you, I thought it'd be better to get you on and ask you those questions yourself. But first things first, congratulations last night. We were all blown away. First things first, tell us who you are, what your background is, and how you came to be on Britain's Got Talent.
So yeah, my name's Alex. I've been a magician and illusionist since I was about 6 years old. Created the act Matricks with my sister when I was 9. And yeah, it's BGT has been something I've always wanted to do. And to be honest, it was 3 years ago, when we first thought, do you know what, we'll give this a go. We'll see once we had the idea. So yeah, it's been 4 years in the making.
Awesome. So just out of curiosity, is your sister in the act? Was she one of the people in the act?
Yeah, she was. Yeah, so she was the brunette at the start. So she starts with me. So it's me and my sister who starts.
Okay.
Then my wife is Kelsey, who comes out, who switches with the Simon Cowell lookalike. Then she goes in the phone. So yeah, they're both in there.
It was how long did it take you to put that act together? It was a very involved act and very cleverly thought out. It must have gone a lot of thought into it.
It's funny because I drew I'm a graphics designer, so I drew illustrated a whole like storyboard like you would in a film, which I did. In 2020 I did that. I put it together, and do you know what? I do have it somewhere.
Can you show us? That'd be pretty awesome. See how it all began. This whole act.
It's quite funny actually how close it is to what you saw last night. You know, here we go. I've got it here. How cool is this? Right. So this is the original.
Oh, nice! Oh, it's legitly done with visuals and everything.
Yeah. And what we did was the costumes are different in this, so that we changed the costumes. But let's just show you. I don't know if you can see it. There's the girl.
So that pretty much came to life exactly as you had planned by the looks of it. Even the stage looks the same.
Yeah,
that is pretty awesome.
Appearing Simon in the dress. So yeah, it's Well,
you trump my preparation massively. I'm pretty sure most of my acts were on the back of a napkin. In fact, I remember one of them was on a Nando's napkin. Look at that! Very well planned.
So
nice.
The thing is, right? We were trying to pull off the impossible, really. The amount of stuff. The amount of stuff we crammed in to, they were like, well, you got 2 minutes. I'm like, well, how on earth am I supposed to do all this in 2 minutes? There's the guy, in the dress and the perm.
Yeah, that was, obviously that was my favourite bit when he came out. It was so slick. Oh God, brilliant moment, absolutely brilliant moment.
So yeah, this took me about, I reckon, about two weeks to try and get it to how I wanted it to, and to illustrate digitally. And if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't we wouldn't have been on the show, because um, they wanted foot, they needed to visualize, before, we needed to visualize, we needed to see it, and to figure out, is this going to work? There's no way I would have been able to go on there if it wasn't for this, because I wouldn't have known if it would have worked, because we had to there was so many people involved in it.
Yeah.
And obviously when we auditioned, we had no idea how it was going to go. No idea, and putting Simon Cowell in a dress is a
Could have gone either way, couldn't it? But he
it's a
loved it.
risk.
He thought it was
He did look,
hilarious.
yeah. I'm surprised. We were all blown away, as you probably could see about mine and my sister's reaction at the end. We were just so blown away by by the response and by the audience. They all stood up. The judges stood up, and yeah, it was a phenomenal experience. And I'm just so happy it went the way it did, and everything went spot on. There was a lot what could have gone wrong, a lot. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many props and casters and things involved, and cloths, and there was 18 of us, all in all, cast wise,
Wow.
which is a big, you know obviously you don't see everybody, but the guys, there was crew on each prop to get it on and off so fast. um
Yeah.
but yeah, it's crazy looking back, and actually how much went into it, and when you see it on telly, and it's just so, yeah, it's a
It's
lot
been
goes on.
very well received. It was such a slick and well put together act. You did very, very well. I just want to quickly jump in and let everyone know, if any of you have any questions for Alex, fire them in the comments. And I promise I'm going to keep you guys involved on Instagram as well. I'm going to have a look, see if you've got any questions on there as well. But I want to make sure we're asking him some cool questions that you guys want to hear the answers to. So stick them in there. And also, I just want to check, are you guys watching out here, are you hearing a bit of an echo? Because my phone, I can't get the sound to turn completely off. So I think there might be a tiny bit of echo. Let me know if there is. And yeah. Okay, so I do have a question here straight away. Hold on. It's just disappeared. Oh yeah, so Phoebe Carter has asked, why did you choose to go on this year? And did it feel like the right year for you? And I'll start by answering that, and I'll start by saying I'm pleased he wasn't on in my year, and I'll let you finish the rest. Why was this year a good year for you to go on?
We were actually technically supposed to be on last year, so we were supposed to be in 2021, but the show got postponed. So yeah, technically, but it was.
So did you manage to audition last year?
No, none
Or
of it was.
not quite?
No, no. It
Oh,
all
they
got
didn't do any
cancelled. All
auditions.
all
Ah,
last
okay.
minute. We were. Do you know what? Looking back, it's a good job we didn't, because things change, in the routine and stuff for the better, over the extra year. So we were lucky in that respect. But I think it's got to feel right. The time's got to feel right, and you've got to have the right idea. And I think in ourselves and in the cast and everybody, it was the right time for us. I thought about auditioning so many times. But it's just, we've never had the idea. We never had that. You know, this is BGT, fun, family entertainment. We didn't have that. And I think once we got it, it was like we ran with it, and it just, the wheel is just, and here we are, and the day after, and it's been aired, and it's like, what? It's happened, because when you've been talking about an idea, when you've been talking about stuff for so long, and you know producing this thing, this whirlwind of a routine, and it's the right time. It just felt right. I think that's for me. It just felt the right time.
Yeah.
It has to feel right, as you will know. If you don't, then if it doesn't feel right, don't do it, because yeah, you got to be ready for the beast of
Yeah.
BGT.
Well, it was quite impressive that they obviously selected your act to be the big opening
I
act to
know.
relaunch Brent's Got Talent after the biggest break it's ever had. So that was obviously a big thing. And obviously they also released your footage, the video, before the show even started on social
Ins-
media.
Insane.
So that was a
Yeah,
big deal. If any of you haven't seen it, go over to Matrix Illusion. You must have a link on there on your page, mustn't you? And yeah, check out the
I
video
do.
because it was pretty cool.
Yeah, on the website as well. It's all there. We've now put the link on our Facebook page. But yeah, they did. They released it early, and it was yeah, it's crazy. Couldn't believe it. But yeah, the comments, everybody's comments, we're reading them all. Kelsey, my wife, is sat actually behind me. She's been reading them. I've been reading them. We've all been reading them. So yeah, appreciate, really do, the support. It means a lot. It really does. So
It's so nice, isn't it, when you see just how lovely people are and they come out to support you, people who you've never known. But yeah, so the kindness is quite amazing. That's the big thing that I will always appreciate from being on BGTs. People who've never met you just turn out to be the kindest people and really look out for you. So yeah, it's a big deal. That's the beauty of Britain's Got Talent. It really is. Archie's got a question. It says, "Who is your favourite illusionist / magician?
Richard
Anyone
Jones.
who's inspired you?" Yeah,
No,
there we go.
no. I tell you what, it's a really good question, because I think if you ask a magician and illusionist, every answer's slightly different. You know, it's different because you all have your own personal experience. For me, it was I grew up around the holiday park and the hotel circuit. My mum and dad were managers and etc. of hotels, holiday parks. So I saw working magicians, working illusionists. They were my idols. They were the ones I inspired to be. I wanted to do what they were doing. I was sitting in the audience, you know. I was that kid in the audience watching these guys do this incredible stuff in front of my eyes. I wanted to be them. They are the ones who inspired me, not necessarily the big boys in magic. Obviously, yeah, you know, your David Copperfields, your Penn and Tellers, yeah, incredible, you know, at what their craft. Um, but for me, it was it was those working magicians, those working illusionists who were, you know, my idols, you know. So
Mm,
and I always say, I always get asked it, and it's yeah, it's a very different answer for what people expect, but it's just
yeah.
my, you know, it's just my experience and how I grew up.
So how
um
did you get into illusions? Because I mean, I can understand how like someone like me gets into magic because it doesn't necessarily involve building lots of huge props or knowing lots of people with trucks that can help you out and take you to shows and that kind of stuff. It's a whole nother ball game what you do compared to what I do. So how did you start with these big illusions? How does that happen?
Again, it went back to the holiday park. I'll tell you a story now, where my parents booked this illusion act. Their names were Mark and Cheryl. They were called Bamboozle, and they booked this illusion act, and I was so excited to see it. I love magic, whatever. And they did a sword box illusion, and I couldn't. But it was just phenomenal. This, you know, the girl goes in, the swords go in, she disappears, and then I thought, I want to do that. Hang on a minute, I needed an assistant. So I asked my sister, Emily, to help me the following day. I went to the store, got a cardboard box. I put Emily in the cardboard box. Then I decided this is a true story. I went to my mum's kitchen. I got her kitchen knives, and then I started to punch the kitchen knives through this cardboard box whilst my sister was in it, and I kept looking to see if she was okay. Don't try this at home, by the way, if we've got any kids watching. And then my mum came in asking where Emily was, and she went, "I'm here, mum," and then Emily just, yeah, she screamed, and My mum screamed, and luckily Emily was all right. Everything was fine. But then she then spoke to that illusionist the following week and said, "Look, you got to have a word with him. You can't get doing that again."
Yeah, yeah.
So he had a word with me, and then my mum and dad for my birthday gave him some a little bit of money, and he bought me some proper tricks, stuff like a change bag and dippy ducks, and really like in magic, some what we call proper tricks. And then he took me under the wing and showed me that you can't do that.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and, and I think if it wasn't for them, that's how I got into illusions. My mum and dad constantly booked big box illusion acts, so I never really saw any close up. I was never part of any clubs or anything like that. I never saw any stage mat. It was all illusion. So, yeah, then I started to realize fast. This is expensive. This is big. This is um, this ain't me turning up with a little suitcase. This is me turning up, eventually to now trucks and
Mm.
long wheelbase sprinters and God knows what. It's a whole different ball game. But I wouldn't change it for the world. I fell in love with illusions in that moment right there. So yeah,
So
interesting story.
any aspiring illusionists out there, you need a sister and you need kitchen knives and a cardboard box to
Just make
start the process.
just make sure you look.
Yeah,
don't,
yeah.
don't don't
It's a
not look.
dangerous lifestyle. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've got someone over on Instagram called, I think, Riri. Says, we've seen you live 3 times, and each time it was like the first time we've seen you. Such a fabulous show. There you go. So someone else said they've seen you in. We'll be going to Butlins after doing B. Oh, will you be going to Butlins after BGT? Do you do
Will I
Butlins?
be will I be going to Butlins? Yeah, we did Butlins for a couple of years.
Okay.
We only doing a couple. We only doing a couple. I'm just looking to my PA. She knows the dates.
Currently booking it right behind you
She's currently booking
on the phone. Yeah.
No, I think we're only just doing a little bit in Bognor on the 9th. Here we go. Skegness on the 17th. Minehead on the 19th. Skegness on the 21st. Then we got random one in July. So we got drips and drabs.
Oh,
anyway,
there you go. Awesome.
So if you are going to Butlins, you'll see us a little bit. Just unfortunately, we haven't got any of the big runs like we used to because of scheduling and all this going on.
Awesome.
You if you are going to Butlins, you may see us on those dates.
Exciting stuff. Butlins crowds are the best crowds. Always
Amazing.
super enthusiastic. So those of you who are wondering, so the reason I was so keen to get you on, Alex, was because I did a show a few weeks ago I think it was in Bournemouth. Was it Bournemouth where I met you?
Bournemouth, yeah.
And that was the first time I'd met Alex and his team. We did a magic convention down there. We did a show in the evening for the local people. And it was such a good show. Loved their act. But the thing I like most about them is not only are they slick and very professional and very cool and they work together really well, but they're also lovely people. You've got such a lovely team behind you. It's like it seems like a family and you all get on really well and it feels like you've been doing it all together for such a long time, which is such a nice thing. It seems like, I mean, I know a lot of entertainers get people in to help them at different points, but it doesn't necessarily feel like such a great close vibe. And yeah, it's just nice to see someone, one of the good bunches, doing well. So yeah, thanks for joining us. I'm going to scroll down here and see if we've got any other questions because we have loads of questions. I just need to scroll through and make sure find some good ones. Okay. Someone, Jacob said, people. Oh, I'm not sure if that's a question. Right, I'm going to scroll down. If you have a question, stick it in now just so I can check. I've seen. So Gemma says, Gems Gibb says, I've seen them in real life and it was amazing. Are they coming to 10 again? TENN. Do you know where that is? 10?
10. Are we coming to 10 again? Are we going to 10? 10? What's 10? Explain that a bit more, and we'll try and figure
Yeah.
it
I
out.
would
10.
assume by that
We
answer it
go a
means
lot of
probably
places,
not,
but
but
I don't know.
yeah. Maybe we're going to 10. Let's see. Yeah, where is 10? I also had a message here earlier. Let me just quickly check who this was, because I think it's someone you know. Because they said... where's he gone now? It was a guy. He said, "Who's your favourite technician?" And I'm assuming he is your technician. I think it was a guy. Was it Jacob?
Jacob Delamere, by any chance? Yeah.
Jacob, that's the one.
You've met
Yeah, he
Jacob.
was.
Jacob did your tech at a
Oh,
theatre or something. Yeah.
oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
He's
there you
lovely.
go. So he's clearly the favourite technician.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Temby, apparently. Not 10. It was Temby. Are we going to Temby?
Must have been a spelling error. Autocorrect. Are you going there at all?
No, sorry. Not
That's a big build up. That's a big build up. We're not going to 10. No one's going to 10. Lucy Gibbons says, "Is the young girl in your act? Is she a relative? Because she was brilliant as well. Wasn't phased in front of the audience. Is that a relative as well?"
No, she's not. No. So Ramona, the dance school who my sister used to go to, the guy who owns the dance school, we're in touch regularly, and they're wonderful. It's a wonderful school in Cornwall, and we were like, oh, we want to use a little girl. We want to use a sassy little girl. You know, we want to switch out, you know, M into a little girl, some sassy. She comes out and she's like, yeah. So I just rang him up and I said, have you got any sassy sassy dancers around about this? And he gave us Lamorna, and honestly, Lamorna is one of the most, you know, and her mother Christina, the both of them, they're just wonderful people, and she was so good. The amount of pressure she was under, you know, not let alone doing an illusion, you know, and being in front of, just, you know, she didn't find out it was Britain's Got Talent until right towards the end. We didn't tell her
Oh.
until right at the very end. So, but yeah, she's phenomenal. Lamorna, her name is. Yeah, she's phenomenal. It's the family wise. It's just me, my sister, and my wife Kelsey is the main family. Then the rest of the team. To be honest, though, like you said, Richard, we are a family. We're tight knit unit, and that's how we've always worked. And we are like a family, and they're all lovely people to work with. You know, our team goes from massive to small to like what Bournemouth. I'm not sure how many, was there 6 of us on that or something. There was not as many as we did on PG, but there was still a good amount. You know, but again, we have some wonderful people who work with us, but yeah, Lamorna's great.
How many of you put the shows together? Like, is in the main ideas? Is that mainly you and your wife sit down and figure out what would work well? Or?
Yeah, it's mainly me, Kels, and Emily. You know, long drives, thinking of crazy ideas come into my head, and she either goes, "That's rubbish," or "That's good," or "Yes, she smiles and goes, "You've got it," or, you know, or she comes up with something, then I go, "Oh, well, have it if we do this and that," and you know, vice versa. And you know, the girls deal with the you know, the choreo of the routines. I deal with, you know, obviously the design and the music and the production side of things, and then I have a lighting team, I have a tech team as well. But yeah, mainly it's the 3 of us who do it. I come up with the initial stuff, and then the girls put the, you know, the pizzazz to it. Kelsey's great with props and stuff, and Emily deals with all the dance and the looks of the, you know, trying to make me stand, you know, properly and good. And I have no idea what I was doing in that recording last night, but I was having fun, whatever I was doing. I probably ignored everything she, but yeah, Ems is great at all the choreo the
Yeah.
dance side of things. But yeah, it's there's so much what goes into it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, it's a team effort for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Dawn here has said, was it Matrix Illusion that was in Blackpool in June or July 2021? It was this. Oh, you
We
were
did
in
we did
Blackpool, but that was
we
this year,
did
wasn't it?
we did Blackpool this
Yeah, it was February,
February.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blackpool where?
So they must have seen you, but yeah, it wouldn't have been 21, would it? That was life wasn't back to normal by then, was it?
I don't know. No, we did the Winter Gardens for the um, Blackpool Magic Convention in February. So yeah, we did that in February. I'm trying to think. No, I'm not sure. Let us know where it was, and then I'll try and figure out where it was.
Yeah, they seem
um,
sure. But you've done cruises in the past as well. Is
done
that
cruises. Yeah, did a couple start of the year. Getting on one on Saturday. For
okay?
yeah,
Where you going? Anywhere nice?
Norway.
Nice.
Nice and warm. So yeah, yeah, we do the cruises. We do all sorts of stuff.
Are
Yeah,
you going from the UK? Are you going from Southampton to Norway?
Southampton. Yeah, because
And your props and stuff you are already on board. You don't need to worry about.
they're currently on board. Yeah, most of them are currently on
That's
board.
handy.
So we just jump on and yeah, and
Awesome.
we're on there for a couple of weeks when we come off. Then that's it for a while for the cruises.
I've got a
Then
good
we go back.
question here from
Go on.
Sam on Instagram. Sam from Instagram. There you go.
Sam.
And he said, or she said, not sure, which said, I saw you in Bournemouth recently. How do you decide what music to put in your performances? And that is a really good question that I've been meaning to ask you as well, because I remember seeing you in Bournemouth. Everything in your show, all of the music and everything was so spot on and so perfectly planned to time. It was pretty cool to watch, and it kind of highlighted to me that I need to take more of an effort in my consideration for which tracks go where in the show. So how do you put that together?
Do you know what's funny? Sometimes I get the music before I get the illusion, and I listen to a piece of music and I go, "Oh, we could do this with that," or it's strange. I sometimes I do it the other way around. Um, Also, when it depends what kind of illusion it is. It depends what you want to go. If it's serious or if it's light-hearted or if it's a comedy prop, you know that sets the pace. That literally sets the pace. And if you've got a comedy prop, you need to find what kind of comedy it's going to be. If it's slapstick or if it's just like you need to find that pace. Once you found that pace, then you can start looking for the music. And then I have playlists and playlists of tracks. What I love listening to, if it's my personal taste or if it's Matrix. Matrix has a certain soundtrack, and it has a certain tone. So I have different playlists, I have different folders. So what I normally do is when I've designed a new prop, I can kind of visualize it, and then I listen to the tracks and then kind of get a feel: is this going to work for it? Is this not?
Mm,
And sometimes, until you get into that rehearsal room and you put that piece of music to that illusion or whatever you're doing, it may completely not work. And then I've done it. I've literally done it. I've cut the track kind of roughly. Here we go. Let's go. We're all in the rehearsal room, and it's just spawned. It hasn't worked. So then I have to change it. And then sometimes I go back into my folder and I just start playing through tracks, messing around, just getting a feel, and until it feels right. And I think, unfortunately, I can't teach you what feels right. But it's just something Sometimes a good trick is to film it and then film it. Once you filmed it, then watch it back. Be that audience member. Sit
mm.
back where that audience member would be, then watch it and go, okay, that's working. You know, that's a good tip. Um,
That's a great piece of advice. Absolutely.
yeah, but it's just music's. music's a big part of Matrix, and always has been, as you would have seen those few weeks ago, whenever it was, when we did the show. It really, it takes a lot of time to get it, and research and stuff to
Yeah.
another advice is just don't rush it. Don't rush it. Because if you rush it, then you can see it's rushed when you watch it on stage.
Right. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people over on Instagram have said they met you in Butlins last year, so you made a big impact over there.
We did a lot of Butlins. I tell you, my poor vans. We did a lot of Butlins.
It's a lot of travelling in between each one, isn't it?
Yeah, we used to go
all three.
Go from Minehead to Skeggy to Bognor in one day once, a couple of times.
Yeah, that's long. How long? What's the drive between the longest one and that? It's got to be 5-6 hours, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the worst drive is when you go from Minehead to Skegness. Or no, is it Skegness to Bognor? Skegness to Bognor. No, yeah, it's the Minehead to Skegness is the longest, and that's about
journey.
About 6 hours. But do you know what though? The crowds at Butlins are brilliant. You've got thousands of people performing in front of. It's a great platform to.
I think they fit 3,000 people in those big rooms, don't they?
Yeah, we did New Year's Eve right at Minehead, and there were like those 9,500 people. I was like, what?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was mad.
Jeez.
It was mad. Yeah, we have great times at Butlins. The show's great. The stages are big. They're great for us because the show, goes exactly the way we want it to because of the size of the stages. So
yeah, they've got great stages, great tech. Dawn here said she saw you down in South. It's not Pier, South Pyre, near Pleasure Beach. She saw you. That's got to be down in Cornwall somewhere, isn't it? Pleasure Beach. It's full of pleasure beaches down in Cornwall, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's got to be down there somewhere. Because that's where you're. Whereabouts in? Is it Newquay you live?
I used to live in Newquay. I now live about 35 minutes away. I lived in Newquay till I was about 8-9 years old. Then we moved about 35 minutes away.
Right. I assume you rehearse in the where you are now in your parents' holiday place. I assume there's loads of room to rehearse there, is there?
Yeah, there is. We're very lucky. I'm on the old stage as we speak. Yeah. We've got good space to. You need good space for what we do. We're actually running out of space. The show gets bigger every year. The stuff gets bigger. That phone, the phone you see on
that was really cool. Yeah,
on BGP
really cool.
is humongous. It's massive. The phone is if you watch it again, you can see I'm 6 foot. So it's massive. And,
I kind of expected you to be using it tonight for this chat.
Could you imagine? Yeah. Actually, it is over there, but I ain't getting it. Moving
awesome. All right, let's ask you. Did you watch BGT tonight?
I did.
I'm curious. Who was your favourite tonight? And also, everyone watching, no matter where you're watching, comment. Let us know who your favourites was tonight, because I think it was a lot tougher of a show tonight. There wasn't any standout like last night. My big standouts were you. There was the guy who sung about his daughters on the guitar. I thought that was a magical moment. And then there was the lady who sung Never Enough at the end, Golden Buzzer. I think there was one more, but I can't remember who that was. So obviously it couldn't have been that much of a standout. But I'm sure there was one other one that I thought was really epic. But tonight, I think I could name... I mean, I like the Golden Buzzer tonight as well. Thought he was great.
Yeah,
the little boy with the brittle bone who did he was brilliant, and what a great chap.
Did you like the dance troupe where they played the history of you had diversity and.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like that act, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, because I wasn't in it. I was fuming. I was waiting. I was waiting I was waiting for a little kid to come on and do a backflip with this hat on, and he didn't turn up. There was no Richard Jones in the act, and I was furious about it. I was really enjoying it until they finished, and I realised, hold on a minute, they didn't use me. They had Colin Thackeray in there. Oh, yeah, gutted. If I was in the audience, I totally would have gate crashed that stage. I would have run up there and got involved, but they were good. They were good, and I like to think if they go through, they've already used most of the acts, so maybe they'll use me in the final. We can only hope. But anyone else stand out for you tonight? In fact, before you tell us your favourite ones, let's read out what everyone else has said, just because there's bound to be some that we've forgotten about already as well that were good. So we've got Alex is a great. Oh, this is you. You're a great drummer, apparently. You're a drummer as well.
Thank you. I am. Yeah, I haven't told you that secret yet. Yeah, I am. Yeah,
awesome. So the man singing James Bond. I got to be honest, because I was coming live here tonight, I missed the final segment of the show tonight. But my mum did text me to say that there was a great James Bond singer.
He was amazing. Yeah, he was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
It was his name Tom Ball. So Emma said Tom Ball. Was it Tom
Yeah,
Ball?
he was a secondary teacher. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Teacher. Yeah, really, really, really humble. You could see. Yeah, really, really good. Yeah.
Tracy says IMD. That was the dance group. They were very good. Yeah. The dog act. Yes, the dog act was good, and she was really sweet. That lady from Holland. I thought she was really cool. All right, here we go. So, who's your top 3 tonight, Alex?
Just because they didn't put you in it. That.
Right, you're not allowed to choose them.
I am. I'm choosing them. It's hilarious.
All right, fair enough.
The singer, the Tom Ball, and I'd say the comedian as well.
Yes.
He was fantastic. The singer at the end, really amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed the singer. I'm gonna have to watch that on catch up. But yeah, the comedian I thought was really good. I liked the fact that they were all clean jokes, all everyday jokes that everyone relates to.
He was just so natural, wasn't he? You know, it wasn't forced. It was just, it was really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
I did like him, and he seemed like a lovely guy as well. It's good to see good people doing well. Let's see what everyone on Instagram's saying about tonight's episode. I'm curious. I assume you watch it with your wife. Do you like the same kind of acts, or do you have very different tastes?
What, me and my wife?
Yeah.
Do we have the same kind of? She's here. I'm going to ask her. Do we have the same kind of taste? I suppose we do. Different acts on beach. Do we watch it together?
Yeah, I like the cheesier acts.
She likes the
cheesier acts.
She likes the cheesier acts more than I do. I got to be honest with you. I go like this. I cringe out a bit when it's. I'm not. She loves it. She's like, yeah, and I'm like, stop. So
awesome.
we're very dynamic, aren't we? When we watch it, we should be on like Gogglebox or something.
Yeah, you know what? That would be quite fun. I think that's something BGT should do. They should have cameras in the people who are going to be aired on that night. They should have cameras in the houses showing the family reacting to them being on screen. I always remember I got quite a few people round for my night, but you were quite lucky because you knew that you were going to be good because they'd aired it on their Facebook already. So you knew that it was going to be great and everyone was going to love it. Whereas I kind of didn't really know if I was going to be the joke act or not until the moment it aired. So I wasn't really sure whether to get lots of people round or not. And but yeah, luckily I did and it went well. But it's a bit of a gamble knowing whether to tell all your friends you're going to be on it.
It was weird. It was weird because I was preparing myself to see it for the first time with our family, and we're all gonna sit together and we're gonna. Then they released it, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Phew!" So when I then sat, when we all sat together, we were like, "Yeah, we know what's gonna happen." It felt. So yeah, I bet it was a.
So did you still get everyone round for the episode? You're still all together?
Yeah, it was weird, because on Facebook, I think they had to change the music slightly, and on YouTube they used the exact music, what we,
Right.
So, some people were like, "No, I can't watch it," So, friends and fans stuff, they didn't want to watch it until it was on the,
Yeah.
But I couldn't resist watching it. I had to watch it because I've been sitting on this secret, like you sit on this secret for so long, and then I'm like, no, I need to see it. I'm gonna have to watch
Yeah.
it. So I watched it straight away.
I bet your phone was going crazy during the show, wasn't it?
Mad.
Yeah.
It's just a mad experience, messages. We sat in here last night for a few hours, three of us trying to get through it all just to get back to everybody, because it's a crazy experience, and it's something I'll always cherish,
Yeah.
for sure.
Got a nice comment from Shropshire Sweets and Treats, who I'm assuming you know. He said, we screamed so proud of Kelsey, Alex, and all of Matrix. I'm Kelsey's aunt. Oh, Kelsey's aunt. Oh, awesome.
So she's Kelsey's aunt, and she actually loves you, and she's very jealous. Me? Yeah, she loves you.
Oh, really?
Feed your ego. Yeah, there you go.
What's her name?
She hates me, but she loves you. I'm joking. Karen, her name is.
Karen. Hey, Karen. Thanks for loving me. I appreciate it. Love you too. Awesome.
She's going to be freaking out. Bless her. Yeah.
Charlie says, loved your act yesterday. Absolutely.
Cool.
All right. So someone up here. So Jacob says, I'm going to vote for you in the semis, Alex. But sorry, I won't vote for you in the final. What? I'll be voting for my favourite, and that's the dog act. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
If we get to the semis, who knows?
I don't know whether we should applaud that comment or not. He said he's going to vote for you, but not in the final. So you've got to vote to get you to the final, but not for the win. So, all right. Well, we need a magician to win this year because it's been far too long. So
I'm excited to see who else. Obviously, we had the ghost. The Phantom.
Well, yeah, I did nearly get the Phantom on tonight as well, but it would have been a very boring chat because he's invisible, and I'm not entirely sure.
Chair would just be spinning.
Yeah. We just have to assume his answers.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what else is. We have no idea, do you? You don't until it comes on your screen. So excited.
Gems says she's voting for you all the way. And you got all the votes from me and all my household as well, so we're getting there. It's a good start. Zoe here says, loved your performances, Alex. Well done. One of my favourite magic groups ever. Awesome.
Wow, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
But it's not really been when you think so. There wasn't any magics on Magic X tonight, was there? So far, there's only been 2. Are they doing 2 episodes every week? Do you know?
I have no idea. No, I have no idea. Yeah. I don't know.
It'd be
interesting to see if there's any more illusion acts or groups like us. It'd be interesting to see if there's.
Well, I don't think there's anyone who, even illusionists out there, I don't think there's anyone quite like you. I think you're quite different and fresh, and it feels. I don't know how. Or why, but it feels very unique and very different from most illusion acts.
Yeah, we try. We started off
for BGT.
We started off like every other illusion act, as you do. You just. But then we just found our feet, and that's what we try to do on BGT is be very, very different and create something unique, what's never been done, before. So. That was the idea.
So you've got Kelsey's got a message from Lauren Goddard.
Kelsey's got a message.
Hey, in the background, Kels. So proud of you guys. Always got my vote.
Did you hear that? No. Lauren Goddard. She's always. You've always got a vote.
Oh, bless her.
So bless her.
Awesome. Cool. Right. So a few things. A few kind of closing questions is, how are you going to top what you've already done in the next round? If you get through, do you have something already planned that could top what you've already done? What should we expect from you if we see you in the finals?
This is the thing, right? We got to do something you're not expecting, because that's what worked the first time. You know, excuse me. At the end of the day, no one was expecting what we did, and I think that's what we've got to do if we get through to the next round. We've got to do that. Yes, I have ideas. Yes, there's another one of these, which I'm not going to show you.
Can't have a sneaky peek tonight.
No.
All right.
Just in case, as soon as if we get the phone call, then we'll be. Yeah, I think I think everybody will enjoy it as hopefully as just as much as the first round, and that's our goal, to try and take it up another level, and it's hard, as you know, because the first, it goes so, it went so well. How do you top that? How do you top it?
And also, you need to decide whether you do your strongest act in the semi-final if you get there, to try and get you to the final, or do you save your strongest act for the final and just hope that you get through the semi-final? It's a tough choice. I remember being super stressed trying to figure out what to do in that situation. It's
yeah, it's a risk, but we got to do what feels right, and yeah, there's an idea. So fingers crossed, and
that's what we like to hear. We're looking forward to seeing you again. Just for everyone watching, please tell us all of your social medias, and everyone watching, no matter where you're watching, make sure you go and follow them and support them through the BGT process. So are you Matrix Illusion on all the platforms?
Pretty much, yeah. As long as you spell it Matricks, don't spell it with an X. All right, otherwise you'll get a guy in a leather jacket and sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Matricks. So yeah, Matrix Illusion, and the website's matrixillusion.com. So if you can't find any of it, just go straight on the website. It's got all the social media links. So yeah, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, you name it, the lot.
Awesome. So your mission, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, if you choose to accept it, is to go across and make sure you're following them. Check out all their videos. Thank you for your comments tonight. A big thank you to Alex and Kelsey in the back. Is she able to wave? Does she want to wave? Or
I don't think she'll want to wave. Do you want to wave?
No,
she doesn't want to wave.
Well, she's in the back. Thanks for she was answering the questions as well tonight. So appreciate her getting involved.
She's going to kill them for acknowledging her, but she was there. Though. She was hiding. I've just pulled her into it. She's
we appreciate you coming on and answering the questions, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for answering all these questions. Don't forget to go over and follow them and support them through the BGT process. Alex, you're an absolute gent. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, we will go live again, and who knows, we'll try and get Alex on again nearer the time, maybe when we find out what a reveal day and we find out if it's going to be in the lives. Maybe we'll try and get him back for another chat, and maybe we'll try and see that sneaky plan, that bit of paper that he couldn't quite show us tonight. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all again very soon. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. Thank you very much. Good night.